Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Hope you can hear me. Um, as always, I am terrified that I got the settings wrong. I've like reset everything 9 times, and I have no confidence I did it right. But that's okay, because we are gonna have a nice time tonight. Hi, I'm Jess. You're awesome. This is the Builder's Block here on the Transverse Network. So I'm gonna pause real quick just to check the chat, make sure. I know I just saw you pop in, Bonnie, and hi there, and saw you there early, Carrie. That's awesome, Carrie. Sorry. Yeah. So just if you don't mind, let me know if you can hear me okay, if the music is too loud, too quiet, any of that kind of jazz. Always much appreciated to have that guidance. And in the meantime, I can start babbling. So for any of you who are just joined us, oh, and my computer just started to chime in there too. But for anyone who's just joined us, and on the off chance that you've not been here before, here's the deal. This is a show called The Builder's Block, and on it we take turns. There's a few different builders, and we rotate through different person each week. Or at least that was the intent. We've had people come in, we've had people come out. There are currently three of us actively participating, and we'll see if we can get back to four. It's still a month between each of us appearing on the show, where we have Emily doing these awesome, very cool custom painted Star Wars mechs, droids. We have Mimi, who's been doing some cool stuff. I believe it was Gundam creations. I apologize, Mimi, if it's always Gundam, but that's what I've seen you do, and that's pretty awesome stuff. And then I do custom Lego creations. So we all have our different passions that we love to build and create, and we get to show that off a little bit for you, have a little bit of fun, and hopefully have some nice conversation as well. So I hope a lack of response is a good thing, that you are able to hear me and that things sound okay, and we can get going. Right. So, like I said, we build things here. Sia Haya. Yes, can hear. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And sorry for it. Just I've had so many different audio problems in the past. And I don't know how to become confident, but we'll work on that. I have been building a number of different things on the show, and as I mentioned, I like to build custom Lego creations, things of my own design. And we've done a town hall, we've done a school bus, we've been working on a school. Hi, Midvani. And I've been doing a series of different rail cars that have kind of a different LGBTQ identity to them, just for fun. And I think there's a couple other things in there, but I'm forgetting what. And the point is, I try to go back and forth between them a bunch, but I have found that the LGBTQ rail car has been both fun and something I can easily do a full car within an episode, sometimes even multiple cars within an episode. And so I think that's a good thing to do in general, to give you, who might only be tuning in once, a full experience, an entire creation from start to end. And so that's what I'm going to try to do tonight. I'm going to try to build another car in the LGBTQ rail car, the trans train, and keep that rolling, keep that moving. As I do, I'm pausing and I keep saying which I hate, but I mean, not you can do it. That's fine. I hate that I do it. Those little interstitials. Hey, Ashley. But all that is a way for my brain to catch up when I talk too fast and say, what do I want to talk about? So I'm going to build a train car. We're going to build a train car tonight. But I also wanted to check in with you because it's been a month. And it's been a heck of a month. It's been Pride Month. Thank you for that cheer. It's been a great time, and lately especially an incredibly hot time. I don't know about you guys, but it is broiling here in New York City. So I hope you, again, can hear me not only over the background music, but also over my AC, which is why you see my hair. I'm not creating a dramatic effect. This is the AC going. If it gets to be too much, we can try to turn it off and on, but with all the lights around me, I know it does get pretty hot in here. So we'll try it with the AC for now. But yeah, it's been a scorcher, and I hope you are being able to stay cool now. And hi, Jessica. Hi, Ava. Awesome. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. That's so awesome. Well, speaking of staying cool, do not have conflicting audio. I'm going to take that as a good thing. That's no conflicting audio. Yeah, I always, like, from my perspective, the music on my computer and the AC are so loud, and I've tried to adjust them down. I hope the gain of the mic would make you not hear them, but I just don't trust everything because I have no idea. The background music can be boosted here. I will do that. Thank you. See, this is very helpful. I need to write down what the settings are that are right. I'm gonna ask you all for advice. Ava does an amazing job streaming. If you don't watch, see Ava Anomaly, they do some great, very fun streams. Lots of building. I mean, not all of those things, but lots of games where you're kind of creating the universe. I'm blanking on the word, but I also love them. I play a bunch of those games, and just a wonderful person. So I might ask you for advice on how you know if you get your sound stuff right. So I was talking about cooling off, and in that respect, I am going to cool off with what for me was the fun drink of the summer. It takes me straight back to college after I was 21, because I was grade 2 shoes. I didn't drink until I was 21. But I would have a Smirnoff Ice. I don't know if this is bringing back nostalgia for any of you, but this is something that I have like once every 7 years, and it's like instant back at Penn State. So let's do cheers. Oh man! All right, I swear this is not like an alcoholics advertisement channel. Yeah, it does have some fun to keep it going, right? It's so much like. Why have you not seen this? It's been so long, and it's so good. I forget how much I enjoy it. So I'm glad I had some in the fridge. Keep me cool. Just as I hope you, like I've said before, are already keeping cool. I kept cool because I traveled out west. In fact, I missed much of the heat because for the last 9 days, I was in Vail, Colorado. With my family, which was amazing. My brother and sister-in-law are outside Boulder, and my little niece, who's almost 3, and so flew out there. My parents flew out there, and then we drove out to Vail, and we hiked, and we paddleboarded, and we shopped, and we ate and drank, and it was lovely. And since we were way up high in the mountains, like north of 10,000, 11,000 feet, it was always like 75 degrees. So it was very, very nice. Missed a lot of the 90 insanity that was here in so many other places. I think I actually do. Yes, I think I put up a couple of pictures here. Let's see if I can accurately move my mouse. So I was just out there. I've not sorted through any of these pictures. So there's like tons of duplicates and messy pictures and stuff. But it was just amazing. We did this hike. The Shrine Pass hike is my... Everything decides to reload on me. That's perfect timing. Oh, sign in again. Well, that's great. I am nowhere... Alright, this guy can ask me to authenticate it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that because I don't have these devices. The best laid plans. I had this all queued up. And then apparently I logged out too long. Please just load. Please just load. Whew. Okay. At least it remembered that I had authenticated like 10 minutes ago. Anyway, we were walking around. Oh, this is just super cute. There's my niece Stella looking right at the camera while my dad, her grandpa, holds her because it was my dad's birthday, and so they blew out the candles on the pie together. Dad doesn't like cake. It was super cute. Great food. No, that's right. I was mentioning the amazing views. We walked up Shrine Pass, which was this crazy alpine environment. There's my brother, panoramic, my dad taking pictures over there, but just amazing. It felt unreal to be out there most of the time. So yeah, I just want to throw that there. If you get a chance, we stayed in East Vail, rented a house. Vail itself was really cool. It was beautiful. It was extremely themed. I felt like I was in Disneyland, like a movie set version of what a ski village would be like. Super clean, super nice. And honestly, while it was lovely and I enjoyed it, it was also became a little bit uncomfortable. My brother, my sister-in-law and I were talking about the extreme wealth and extreme whiteness of the area. It did kind of stand out in ways I don't think I would have been apparent to me a decade or so ago. So it was, yeah, I don't know. It was a fascinating cultural experience. Let's say it that way. It was, and it was beautiful. A reminder of how good life can be, but also a reminder in some ways of how not everyone gets to have that and how sad that is. and how we should all be better off. I'm not about, I'm sorry. We're not going to go into a whole economics discussion here, but just to say, Vail was fascinating and at the same time also a little bit problematic in some ways. But it was still beautiful. I had a great time. There's one other picture I was going to show. We found these amazing hikes. My brother would get up at 5 a.m. He's a huge mountain climber, and so you'd go out and he'd find somewhere and he'd climb something. And then along the way, he would just note whatever he thought was beautiful, and then he'd come back. We'd all wake up by then, and we'd go out again so we could do the less aggressive tourist version of whatever remote spot he found. And so we found this random creek that was kind of isolated, and we jumped in there. I got to sit in the water for a while, and Stella got to scramble around and have fun. It's my brother and sister-in-law. Justin looks super happy there. Stand out in the creek. I got to jump out in the creek. I got to paddleboard, which I've never done before. Oh, this is listening to a country concert. I think a country concert at Beaver Creek Resort felt like in Colorado. It was a place that I was a little bit anxious about going to, what that would be like, but Beaver Creek is extremely fancy, even fancier than Vail, it felt like at times. So yeah, it was, at least it was a safe location. I had to take a picture with my sister-in-law and niece. Pic with my mom, who is doing very well. This is the second time I've been with all of them presenting, and everyone was just wonderful. So, oh, and there's new paddleboarding. Got to get used to it. It was, I'd never done that before. Despite my brother yelling at me, I was not going to stand. I was not going to risk falling into the water, but it was still a blast. And this lake was like down 20 miles of dirt road. You couldn't reach it in any conceivable way. I'm still kind of amazed the sedan my sister-in-law was driving actually survived the trip, but just amazing. And the water was beautiful, and they had, oh, I guess that wasn't a real video. There was a little ranch there with a restaurant. It was, all right. So this is what Builder's Block is me showing you slideshows from my picture. I might as well have a projector and a button that I'd be clicking through. Thank you for bearing with. But it was so much fun. So that was my week. And as we go here, if you happen to want to share what you've been doing, or if you have any summer plans behind you or ahead of you, let me know, because I would love to hear about them and we can talk about it. Oh, nice. That's cool. You edited the Beaver Creek Lodge. Yeah, it was like there's this nice town that's below it, and then you drive up and you hit this enormous gate entrance, and it's the Beaver Creek Resort sign, and you drive way, way up in the mountain past all these insane mansions to get up to another mountain. Vail owned that mountain. Yeah, it was another one of Vail's resorts, I need to say, but it was another very pretty location. But going into some of the stores there, I mean, I got my share of souvenirs, no question. I got some great deals. My first Patagonia vest and jacket, so I'm excited about those. But I also, I tried on a $1,700 sport coat and other things that I know exist, but it was still kind of surreal to be like, oh, this is like these people's store. Like this is, yeah, I'm sorry. So I know I'm crazy privileged, but that was a level beyond. It was pretty crazy. As I was saying all that, speaking of silly privilege, I did go a little bit nuts on Prime Day, specifically in the Lego category. So I did stand that up a little bit there. I don't know why it's so blue. Again, I adjusted all this stuff right before it started. That's okay. Oh, I think it's I have a strip behind here. I think it's the purple strip looks blue on the camera here. But yes, I got a silly number of sets, including I think my 7th Everyone is Awesome set, because you can never have too many. But I also got the Loop, the new Lego roller coaster. So while I do build custom things, there are some official sets that are just too cool to miss out. All those other sets you saw there, I'm going to use those for parts. I'm probably not going to build any of them, except for like the Everyone is Awesome set. I'll save that one along with all the other copies. But all the other stuff I'll use just for pieces. That's how I come up with what I use to build all the custom stuff. I find sets on sale, buy them, break them apart, and use the pieces. But there's some sets that are just too cool to miss out. So if you've not seen it, this behind me is the Loop, the new Lego working roller coaster. So I'm going to try to show this to you. Hopefully this will look okay. You'll, move the camera angle a little bit. I'm going to try not to stand in front of it. There's a little crank behind here that I have to do so you can see it. And Jessica, I see you texting. It's very distracting. Are you saying something over here? Or maybe it's not you. I want to make sure you're not like telling me it's not working. Oh. Good job with your dinners, people. Alright. Let's try this roller coaster. I want to show you this. Alright, let's camera that way. Alright. So here goes. Oh, jeez. Alright. You can also automate this. I just don't have a free motor, or at least I have a motor way back in the Lego closet, so I have to use my hand. It's a little tough to do without standing in front of it. You can see the car go up and no, it stopped in the back curve. That's just because it's too close to the wall, which is my bad. But it comes back to the station, and then you can make it go forward, and then eventually that drops, and it reloads, it can go again. While I love to build my own stuff, this is just crazy cool, and I wanted to show you if you hadn't seen it before. It was it arrived just before I left on vacation, which was like cruel torture to know it was there, but I had to leave to go to the airport. So as soon as I got home, I was up until like 4 a.m. building that thing. Fun times, fun times. Okay, so what we're gonna build tonight. If you haven't seen them before, I've mentioned that there's this LGBTQ train I'm building at the start of this show. Many of you might have seen me build it along the way, but I'll do a little recap here. Last time I was on here, a month ago, the Pride edition of the show, because it was in June, I did 2 rail cars. I did a genderqueer hopper, an open hopper, so you can fill it with whatever mix of whatever gender you want, or none. But there's this little genderqueer hopper, which honestly I feel like came out really well. I really like it. I like the little recessed sections there, make it look kind of like corrugated metal. You can see they're all a half stud in the middle, but it's actually open, so you can actually fill it up with stuff if you want. So we have the genderqueer hopper. We have also done last time the intersex intermodal. So got the creation of the intersex flag there from 2 transport things, which I also was kind of happy how I managed to create the illusion of a little circle there, which we put down, put together, and boom, back on transport, ready to go. We have, so try to set these down, our 2 Subaru car carriers in the lesbian flag colors. So the shades of orange, the shades of purpley pink, and white to go in between, spread out across the 2 car carriers there. So that was, I perhaps a little too on the nose. None of these are meant to be insulting. They were just somewhat amusing to me. And I think we all know the stereotype about lesbians and Subarus. All right. Moving on. We have the bear car, the flag of the Bear Brotherhood with a live bear and a terrified hairy gentleman in it. I don't know why, but this is one of my happiest cars. One, because it has a fun memory associated with it. My friend Raphael, who's at, I meant to say Raph, not Ralph. Raph, who is at work with me and took me to my first bear bar when we went to the Out and Equal Workplace Summit in DC. So I got to go to the Green Lantern with him and get a different experience. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it just looks really cool. I was very proud with this build. So put this aside. Ran out of room. And then I used to have all these behind me, but I built the loop. I don't know what to do with the loop. It's enormous, so it fits here perfectly, so I'm going to leave it there for a while. I like having my own builds behind me. I moved over the other buildings that were there too. But I'm running out of room in my storage unit, and I don't know how to break that down and put it in a box. So for now, it's there. But the next is my fave. So there's 2 cars left, so I'm wondering which one of these you're referring to. But, oh, Jeep Wranglers. Holy crap, Jeep Wrangler. You just made Jessica Lee's night. So Jessica is above you in chat there. Was always so insistent that Wranglers are lesbian cars. That's something that's completely foreign to me. I even, as we were driving through Vale and the parking garage, we saw a number of Wranglers. I asked my brother and sister-in-law. They're a little bit younger. I thought maybe they'd have another notion. Hey, is that obviously a lesbian car? They had no idea. So, you there. See, they are. You learn something, or you learn that someone doesn't just have their own delusion, and apparently it's shared every day. Okay, so let's see if this is your favorite car. Is it a tanker of gender fluid? This is it's got the most comments on Reddit when I finally posted it on there. That pun they thought was too perfect, but Dude Bros and lesbian. Okay. That's awesome, Alex. It's an excellent additional validation for Jessica. I have nothing against Wranglers being a lesbian car. I just was not aware of that association, so that was news to me. Yes, tanker, gender fluid, and finally, the starter of the whole thing, the original trans train. Oh jeez, which I just broke. No, I didn't. The trans engine. Oh, I did. I just heard it fall off in there. It is a working engine. You can put a battery pack in there. This is a motor. It will pull the whole train along. I still want to do another one of these in the colors of the Philadelphia flag, so that combined it will be the Progress flag. So that's still a goal of mine. That I know will take so much longer to find and source all the right pieces, which is why I just have not, especially, I thought about doing it for the show, but since I was gone for 9 days, I've been catching up on work. I did not do that for this time. So we will not be building the second one of these tonight. We'll be doing something different. Tonight, we are going to break the binary. We are going to create a non-binary breaker crane. So breaker cranes, I love this because it sounds like I'm an expert on trains. I am not. I just Googled some of this stuff, but a breaker is one of the giant cranes on rail cars that help when other rail cars are derailed to pick them up and get them back on. Not just for that reason, but that's often what they're used for. So that's what that's awesome. So that's what I'm going to try to build. Last time when I built the intersex intermodal and the genderqueer hopper, it went very, very fast, like way faster than I expected. That's awesome. Yes, I was not going to forget you. We were going to get non-binary. Somewhere it was going to come in there. I was just trying to find the right pairing for it and then break the binary. Hit me. Last week went super fast. I was done in like an hour and a half, and I built 2 cars. I thought I thought maybe I would get to the second one. I did not expect it to go so fast. It's because I've been trying to do a better job prepping. I always build on the fly, and that was an education on this show, because like people would often come in and watch me build half of one room because didn't know what I was going to do and didn't know where the pieces were and just was spending all the time rummaging around. And I know that's not fun for a lot of people. So I did want to do better than that. I did want to stay ahead of that. The challenge in this case was I think I've lately almost gone too far in the other direction, where I'm so prepared that when I turn on this, I'm just like following a list of mental instructions and just boom, 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 assembling it, and boom, it's done. There's no creative process, there's no thinking, because all that happened before. I'm just recreating what I imagined earlier, or in some cases actually partly built earlier, which is why I end up being so darn fast. So I'm trying to find a little bit of a middle ground. Yeah, we'll see. I have no idea if this is going to be successful, but basically I assembled some things I want. I did think about some of what I want to do, but I did try to purposely limit how much I planned it all out, so that with the hope that I can kind of reach a happy medium of knowing what I want to build, having a lot of things available to build it, but it still being a bit on the fly, a little bit actively creative, so you can kind of see I guess, some of the creation. So who knows? I don't know if this will work. We don't know. We're breaking the rules and the binary. I don't know if this will work, but we're gonna try it out. Yeah, no, I hear you. I've thought about agender and ace, and probably a little bit more about asexual. Just I've gotten to know some asexual people. So I haven't nailed down. Caboose is a possibility. I don't know. I actually thought about that last night, but then it got hit with the non-binary one, who I know even more non-binary people. So that's where we go for now. But it's a great idea. Keep them coming. And if I don't remember, feel free to put them in the Builders Block chat on our Discord, especially if you're not already in our Discord. And we can talk about there, and I'll have a record, and I can remember, and that's good. Okay, so let's build. Also, I don't appreciate that everyone's rubbing in my face that they all knew that Wranglers were lesbian things. I don't believe that. All right. Okay. So, in the building space, why is that mouse in front of me? Wake up, mouse. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this, but my mouse is like right in the way, and it's very annoying. And now, I think it's too far from the computer. There's the, all right. There we go. All right. Nope, stop highlighting. There we go. So I was trying to remember how to do some of this. Oh no, thank you. Don't hesitate to throw ideas. That's wonderful. I just don't mean to shoot anything down. They're great ideas. Please send me ideas. That's totally cool. Okay, so this is something I put together. I know it's not the right configuration or pieces I want, but I was just trying to remember how to do a crane. Because ideally, I wanted something that wasn't like, you didn't just like physically lift it up. Like I would twist a knob and it would go up and down. So I spent some time trying to like play around with some Technic pieces just to see if I could come up with a clue on how to do it. And so I did. I actually created basically what I wanted to do, which is like a little gearbox where there's a gear here that is attached to this pole. And so as the gear rotates, as the gear rotates, the crane goes up and down with it. But then the way it rotates is underneath, there's this little screw. And so when you turn this, the screw goes, and as the screw turns, the teeth of the gear go through it, and up and down it goes. So that's pretty cool. I knew Lego had created actual gearboxes that are even more svelte than this, more compact. I couldn't find any until literally 4 minutes before this started, when I turned around and I found an entire bag of crane parts that apparently past me had put together, just not where I expected to find them. So I found a whole bunch of gear pieces here. So I think as we go here, I might still do a custom created one. I might use one of these gearboxes, which again do the same thing, but they're a little bit smaller. We'll see. I'll play around with it. I reserved the. I don't know what I reserved. I reserved something so that I have the option to do this or not do this, as I am inclined. But let me find. I'll pull out at least the pieces for this. That does that. That does not. That does. Boom. So what the little gearbox does versus the brick built one I have here, because I just wanted to remember what the spacing was, that this is a brick here. I still have not worked out how to make this not so bright. I don't know how to do that. But then 2 plates and then another brick for the top gear, so I could get the height and the side-to-side distancing right. The gearbox does all that, but it does it in one stud narrower space. It's 2x4 versus 3x4 that is this space. You can put this little screw thingy in the bottom here, and then run the rod through it with the attachment to twist so you can go up and down. And you put this through here, and the I don't know what they're called. Huh. What are these called? What are these called? I don't know. Whatever. rods. That doesn't feel right. Shoot, I don't know. But anyway, they go through the middle there, into the crane for the extending, the raising and lowering. So much smaller, much nicer than the big clunky thing I made. But hey, at least I felt like I kind of redid some of my limited engineering knowledge. So Technic, if you're not familiar with Technic sets, they do a lot of amazing things. They're usually a little bit more painful. Right, yeah, worm screw here in rack pinion, but I guess the Lego name for this pin, whatever this 8 stud long cross hat, like it's like a Phillips head kind of cross top to it, if you can see that at all. That's why I couldn't remember what Lego calls these. But thank you for those answers. And you're right, Alice. There are not many Wranglers in New York City. And Jessica, if there are, just don't say anything. Anyway, so Technic. I was talking about Technic. Yeah, so Technic does all of the complex pieces to it that let you actually genuinely create some different engineering problems. It's often used in different schools to help people learn how these different mechanisms go together. And they have gears, they have hydraulics, all kinds of crazy things. So the way Lego handles those, they have these things which, because of the cross, when you stick them into a setting that is built to receive it, like this, you can see that has that cross. Well, you can't because it's super fuzzy, but it has a cross shape. So if I put this rod in here, it will not be able to turn. Versus if I use one of these with an open hole, they can turn. And they have the same thing for these little pins, some of which are only the cross shape, some are half cross and half circle, so they can rotate. One side can rotate, but the other doesn't. All kinds of different cool little aspects to it. But you do get to learn a lot. And as noted up in the chat, you can learn the actual names in real life for them versus just what Lego might happen to call them. But it's fascinating. It's not something that I've ever had as much experience with. I tend to do the normal Legos we all know without the holes in the side, that they're just the bumps on top, that kind, is what I mostly build in. But these are fun, and they're not one or the other. The loop there has a bunch of Technic pieces that enable the actual mechanism to work. There's the little crank on the side, the little red thing at the bottom corner there. That's attached to a whole bunch of different gears, camshafts, all kinds of crazy stuff going on underneath there to not only lift to not only turn the track that raises and lowers both the roller coaster on one side and the counterweight on the other side, but also connects underneath the base of the platform to a little wheel that spins to push the car forward when it gets to the end. To ensure that it goes in front of the station, and lowers a little handle that stops the car from sliding off the end until the carriage has been relowered all the way down. So Technic is amazing, and they do some great stuff, which I don't usually do. And so I wanted to incorporate a little bit into this to beef up on my Technic chops, I guess. That's that long thing. Okay, so let's get some more pieces here and start to play around and actually make this thing. So I did set some things aside. We had some standard things I know how to do, like the bogies for the train, its wheels. We'll do those at the end. I have this base. I picked this base with the lower cutout, which I've also used for the car carriers and for the intermodal, intersex intermodal. Because I was thinking, I had a thought for like little swing out legs to help stabilize the crane, and I would put them in this gap. And then I was going to use this piece, which, again has a gear, so this could be rotated by an engine or a motor or something. In this case, I'm still going to manually turn it. What I liked about it is these actual extra points of attachment that I thought might make a more sturdy base for a rotating crane. So I'm going to put that somewhere in here. I'm probably going to raise it up a little bit. that will be the base for our rotating crane that will sit on the track. I'm going to use these parts for the legs as well as the base, because the non-binary flag, if you're unaware, has yellow, white, purple, and black in it. And so I'm going to incorporate those colors kind of in that order. There might be a little bit of accents here and there just to kind of shake things up, but that's the general notion we'll be going for. I did know what they meant. There are meaning to the colors, and I just realized I have forgotten them. So if anyone happens to know the meaning of those colors, please share. I remember purple, I think, was for those non-binary folks who did want to switch between the binary genders, but I might not be remembering that correctly. So pardon me if I am getting anything wrong. Yeah. All right, I'm going to put in some of these little purple tiles here. The smooth top pieces are tiles, versus if they had bumps, then they'd be plates. I'm going to do that both to get the purple accent in, but also to prep and leave clearance for the legs to swing out smoothly. There we go. That's, get some of these over here. And so my thinking is we're going to build up the sides here. I'm going to put these pieces on here, and these pieces are these little things that have another attachment point. They're not Technic pieces, they sometimes are incorporated into Technic, but they basically have little teeth that can clip onto these things and then click around back and forth, but they actually stay in position and require a little bit of effort to move. So they're a little bit more firm than something that would maybe be free, a free tilting piece that would just flop back and forth. So I wanted a little bit more tension here so that it would hold its position. And so that's why I'm using these pieces. Put on more of the purple tile. Yeah, who is doing cool stuff? I'm doing something cool this weekend. I'm doing it with Jessica, who's in the chat. Jessica, I don't know if it's okay for me to mention what that is. I also was thinking earlier that you have lots of great news, which I would be, I wanted to excitedly spout about because I'm happy and proud of you, but I don't know if you want me to share any of those things. So let me know about that. Either thing about this weekend or about spouting about your great news, because I think when any of us have good news, it's often wonderful to celebrate it if you're comfortable. And so it's not only for Jessica, who I know outside of Twitch, but for any of you, if you have some good news you want to share, I would love to hear it. While we do that, I'm going to just note I have one of these is gray. That is not intentional. I swear I had 4 black ones. I cannot find the 4th. It's driving me a little insane, so I'm going to just use this for now. I'm going to find it and switch it later, because I like things to be matching. Great, I'm going to use one of these little aforementioned pins here. And yeah, it's a great question. Thank you for all that you shared, but we can call it a rod with teeth. I don't know if that's what Lego calls it, but it's a real, obviously it's something that's used in real life, so you can't go wrong using it. So that goes into this end. So this little guy is, again, one of the pieces that's just in the middle versus the one that have the teeth on the outside, so they connect together. So I want 2 of these to go together. That same cross-hatched insert there is so I can put these together and they won't turn because they are fixed in place. So I'm going to do that here so that excuse me. This is for Charlie. Yes, indeed, the trans train continues, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for jumping in. And thank you, Jessica. I see your response. I will talk about that in a moment. I just want to note, so this swings out this way to the side because of the orientation of these pieces. And then because I was able to put the pin, I can put it in any 90-degree angle I want. on this side, I can now do something else that it will swing out and then rotate down. And it can become those raised feet that will help stabilize the crane. And there's a little bit more I'm going to add on to this to help do that. So that was the notion there. Let me keep going here. And as I keep going, I will now babble about Jessica. So Jessica Lee, as you see her up there, Jessica Lee, has had an amazing month with lots of amazing things happen. A little over a month where she's now out to everyone, including her family. She's legally changed her name. She is now an auntie because her sister had her baby early, and it's been a roller coaster to witness. I can only imagine what it is like to live it. So, so happy, excited, and proud of you. So that was Jessica's ongoing news. The weekend news is that we're going to go see Elton John, and so that's going to be fun. So I'm going to do that, which I've never seen before, so that would be cool. And also, all thanks to Jessica, who arranged it. Because Jessica and Ashley arrange everything, because I am not good at event planning. You know, this is one of the things I've said to myself so many times. I don't know if I am bad at it, or if I've just, like, you know, jinxed myself for it. But considering how amazing they are at it, I'm not at a loss. I'll just put it that way. All right. Torvin! Awesome. I think you've met each other. Maybe not. If not, we'll make sure that happens. Next time you're in town. But yeah, she has had a lot of things to celebrate. It's super exciting. Also great to see you, and super cute to see your daughter's pictures from the play, and congratulations again on all of that, Mr. Torvin. Alright, so here's a little bit of an experiment here, but again, trying to work in the purple. We'll see if when the wheels are on is when I'll really know if I got the right height, but I think I did. I'm also hoping that these will actually fit together, but we will find that out too. So what I'm doing here is basically trying to build the little feet that will help stabilize the train, and doing it in purple so we can get in those non-binary colors. So if anyone who came in late and missed it, we're breaking the binary with a non-binary breaker crane, a crane that clears off the other trains and wrecks off the track, and hence is often called a breaker. All right. Look at that. Super stable crane. Boom. So, as you can see, these fold down and they stay in place thanks to the mechanism we're using. I can pull them back up and swing them in. Oh, and they fit. I was worried they would stick out too far. Look at that. Look at that. Like, I thought maybe like when I swing them in and out, they would hit each other. This piece is popping off because when I pull on the side, sometimes it actually like pulls the piece off. But that's okay. I'm gonna put some stuff on top of it and kind of fix this in place so that won't just fly out there. Now, one challenge is the width of these. This won't fit there, so I might have to raise it up higher. That's okay. And that's what I meant. I wanted to do some more of this stuff on the fly versus knowing it all in advance. So now we get to do it on the fly. Oh, these are good questions. I'm glad you get to share them. The speakeasy, that's right. That's right. You got to meet there. That's so cool. Man, my memory's terrible sometimes. Which a lot of people can attest to. I can tell you all the minutiae of a sci-fi series. I can't remember what restaurants I've been to. I don't need to, because I put that mental load on other amazing people who make it all happen. Alright. So, which is not intentional. That's I'm not planning to be a jerk. It happens. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that was the thing I was most sure about how to do. The rest of this is going to be a little bit more on the fly. But again, that's the plan, so that you're not just watching me do things we all know I can do. I want to make it more of the creative process in action. So let's do that. Let's do some of that creative process. All right, so what do I want to do next? I think because these feet kind of get in the way of this, going right in there. Oh, maybe I could do them. Oh, maybe I could do it. No, I can't. That would be just as in the way. Never mind. That's where I have to go. So if I raise this up, how... It'll be pretty high. I don't know if that's too high. So the bottom of this, it sets a required bottom. So maybe this isn't the way to go. Maybe instead I will use this rotator, which is smaller, but can set in here a little bit more simply. So I might do that. I also can now fill this in, which I think I'll do now. So I'm going to spin around and look for some pieces. Trying to think if there's no real camera to do that, so we'll just get the pieces and look. So this is the bin of plates, the bin of big plates. It's all of the big honkin' stuff that, it's actually not even the biggest plates. The biggest plates are two of these side by side. I had those in yet another box because they take up a lot of space. But this is the other bigger pieces that I try to just keep together in one location. There's the, so I can try to find something that maybe would go in here. And so this is close, but it is 6 short. So I want, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So an 18, I don't know if an 18 exists. Well, we'll find out. We'll see if there's an 18 that can go in there. If not, maybe we can get to 16 and then add out. Okay, so this is 16. So I think that will work. And then I'll just use another piece to kind of bridge the gap. Yeah, I'll do that. So right in here, by the way, I am wearing shorts. I realize they're dark and they're kind of underneath my shirt. I'm not like half naked here. It's hot out, you know? That would be a different kind of show. I don't know if they let that happen still on Twitch. All right. So the idea is this can go here, and because these pieces are 2, they can attach there and can still have a firm connection, and I can use these little 1x6s at the end to finish it off. And because this is 2 plate thicknesses low, I need something else to go on top of this, which I have. Here. We'll put these on top to make them a little bit taller. And I also want some extra support in here so that this, oh, that fell out of the bin before. So I can push down on this and it won't like bend down in the middle. So I do want some other bricks. So I will get some purple since this is the purple layer. And these, I believe, only have to be 2 high. Oh, it's too high at 2 high. So we need to go 1 brick and 2 plates thick. I don't have a lot of dark purple. It's a very limited color for me. I want to do something. Let's see if I can find some over here, and let's see if I can make you come along for the rummaging journey. I've been playing around with my Mevo which is a very cool camera. And I have a stand here with a little bit more flexibility. I don't want to move it while you're looking at it because I don't want to give you motion sickness. But in theory now, hey, you can see the rummaging bin. And we can go diving. Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm also seeing Pooh Bearing It. That's a great reference, Ashley. Pooh Bearing It. I mean, I should put Pooh Bear It sometime. I'll first comment on the bracelet. The bracelet I do love. It is, I have a few of these. This one's in trans colors. I have another one in rainbow. Another one that's all black. I had another one that was even, that the leather was also dyed kind of in rainbow, but I lost it. I think in Pennsylvania, which I'm very bummed about. But there's a 20-sided die here, and then these are the shape of other die for a full set of dice. So it's a gaming bracelet in trans colors. I also have it in the rainbow, and like I said, all black. Ashley, I think it's a purple one with like purple and black. And I didn't find my rings. These are the replacements that just arrived. I somehow lost copies of these two rings, the lesbian and trans rings, on the day of Pride. And I'm super bummed. I have no idea where they went. There's also a black metal rainbow one that I lost. I don't know. I feel like they still have to be somewhere. It's so bizarre that they just disappeared. And the fact that all of them went away, just the rings I was wearing that day, I must have taken them off. I washed my hands or something, and I don't know. I'm bummed. But I did order replacements. I didn't think they'd get here till September, but they somehow magically showed up. So I got these, plus I got a buy ring too. So I got a whole set. But dumpster diving, so we're gonna find some plates. But yeah, shipping was insanely fast. I am suspicious though. They arrived, the person said, hey, I saw they arrived, but Etsy won't give me my money, so can I refund your order and you pay me somewhere else? Now, I'm sympathetic. I want people to be paid for the services, especially these cool things, and if they actually are in Russia, which is where they said they were, I imagine their life has to be hard on a number of levels, so I want to be supportive, but it also kind of feels like a thing you'd see in a scam. So I actually got the products, so it's not quite that far. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't like want to rat them out to Etsy, but I kind of want to say, hey, is this legit? I don't know. I'm a little uncomfortable with that. So I haven't resolved what to do with that situation. We're gonna look for pieces. I'm gonna look for some plates to build up the rest of this, so we can put a solid base on there and put the crane on top of that. Who doesn't miss this? This. Right? This is classic stuff right there. Maybe this. I have many, many more containers of unsorted Lego than that. But this one, it's easy to move around and keep handy, and so I just replenish it from time to time with some new pieces, and it does come in surprisingly handy an awful lot to find what I'm looking for. All right, so these little pieces here are going to help add a bit of stability. I'm going to put this in here. It does make it a little bit hard to close if it's not at the right height. So I won't do that. We will instead get more black plates done. Let's start blue. Dark blue, black. Dark blue, dark blue. Dark brown. Since you can see these, I want them to be, I don't want them to be like any random color. Shoot, dark green. I have one black plate left? That's crazy. Alright. I could do it in purple. I have so little purple, I want to save that. For more visible spaces. So let's come on along. Howdy. Come on along. I don't know if you can hear me singing there. I don't know why I started singing, but I did. Lullaby of Broadway from, man, elementary school, middle school? Wow, yeah. Weird. We'll do this in the middle. We'll do some more purple in the middle just to have that extra bit of stability. That's what I was thinking. My most likely course of action is to contact Etsy. I didn't necessarily want to rat them out, but they did say Etsy won't pay me, so I guess I could say, hey, can you verify this? Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I did get the rings. They are nice. I wasn't, I don't know. I just don't want it to be a trap or something. Oh, there we go. So with those pieces in place, you can kind of see them in there. I could then put these on top. It's nice and sturdy as a base. Why is that leaning out? That shouldn't be leaning out like that. Oh. Oh, there's little angled pieces inside here. So I put those plates too low, they actually push the car out. They bend it a little bit, which I don't want to do. So good, I can't put those there. I need to put something else in there. We're discovering a lot of things today. That's a nice thought that someone else found my rings. Let's hope that's the case. That was, yeah, a cool discovery moment. Alright, so, boom, 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 boom. The legs nicely fit underneath, smoothly extend and retract. I'm going to call this, because of the pipe in the middle, they can't go farther, so that's kind of nice too. They can't go too far in. We're calling that a success. I'm going to put some little single studs on the outside here. So I don't know if you can see, or you can't see, but I also have this little middle drawer full of pieces. Above is like office supplies, the bottom is camera equipment, in the middle are the tinier pieces, the 1x1 and 1x2 and 3 and 4 plates that I have. So I got a huge amount there. Oh, see, there's shorts. Surprised me to call the time. I managed to get these little 1x1 black plates, so from the outside it can look smooth and level, but leave those gaps where those sloped pieces are, so I won't bend the whole frickin' train. And there we go. All right. Our solid start. And now we shall continue with a rotating base for the train. I think I'm going to use this larger light gray one for a little more stability. I'd like to use black, but I couldn't find one readily, so much like the one little piece, I might switch this out later if I find it. But this is kind of cool. So this little ridged base here has this. There's like little teeth on it. It's a little bit grippy. And then inside here, they have a space for a circle, so it can clip into the middle of this and freely rotate. So we have a nice little rotating base for our rotating crane. And I'll center it on there. And boom, there we go. We have a good start. So since I put purple in the middle of the black, I think I'll try to do a little more purple on here. I want something to be wide at one point for the crane assembly. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like thinking it through. Attempting to think it through, at least. I still have the Lullaby of Broadway in my head. I don't know why. If that's even the name of the song, I don't even know. That's a good point. I'll do that. I'll message Etsy. As I mentioned, I don't have a lot of this color, so I've already kind of run out of purple plates, which is unfortunate. How to do this? Alright, let's see. When the crane is retracted, let's see how long that is. So actually I want to extend this boom. So probably want to be back here. This is going to be a wide crane. So this might not be enough. Thank you for giving out the points. Enjoy your points, people. What can you do with the points? I don't really know. Enjoy them, though. Gonna put these more purple tiles here to make it a smoothly rotating base, and because it'll be pretty. Get a little more purple in there, because I'm going to start doing white and yellow on top of this. And I wonder if I should just do white next, so that I can have a longer base. Alright, so the problem is I want to, we can build this separately. Where this is, here be here, this will be here. I want to have yellow on the outside of this, and I want to have the crew cab on this side of it. So it's like a little dude sitting here operating the crane. And like some more base. Let's be up here. I guess the back needs to be longer so it's heavier when the crane is forward. So it'd be off center. You can see, here's that process. Here's me, here's me overcooking. It's why the AC needs to be on so my brain doesn't burn out. All right, folks. Okay, I think I think I know how to do this. So I'm going to get some white pieces now. Start to build up a little thin layer base of the crane. And then we'll use yellow to actually build the gear mechanism, the cab, the top of it. I have pieces for the actual crane that will hold on to things. It will be cool. All right, this is gonna work. And the timing on this looks like it's gonna be better than last time. I was like almost done, almost at this point last time. So we're at least, you know, I'm at least better pacing. Hopefully it feels okay to you. And if it doesn't, let me know. You can let me know here in the chat, wherever the chat is from your perspective. Or you can let me know on Discord, or if you know me directly, you can message me directly. If this is working or not working for you, open to thoughts. White, all of my white brick. I think I mentioned this before. Don't do this. It looks super pretty. It is impossible to find pieces in here. Sort by piece type, not by color. You will always, your eye will have an easier time discerning and identifying different colors within a pile of the same type of element. If you want to find a little tiny white piece, good luck. You have to dig for 9 years and just pray. There's no easy way to get through here. So I highly recommend sorting by type, not by color. It's pretty. I started a long time ago. I kind of feel like I'm pot committed at this point, but I don't recommend it for others. So do yourself a favor, sort by type, not by color. That's your Lego PSA for the night. At least one of them. Alrighty. And yes, I know pot committed means that you're making an erroneous assumption and you can totally back out, but shush. Maybe... part. That's what I want. Maybe. I'm just finding pieces that seem like they might have utility for me. There's so much in here. Close. Ooh, that's possibilities. Yeah. You're falling out too far. Piece overboard. Ah! Okay, this isn't getting me to where I want to be as fast as I want to be. So I apologize for that. We'll come back to this. Oh, that might be helpful. Alright. My sleeve keeps coming undone. Ideally, one more slope the other direction. Aha. Okay. I want to have a slightly organic shape to some of this. So we'll use these. And I will find more smaller pieces. Too long. Aha. Aha. Okay. Here's the plan. This brilliant white thing on this on the screen when I look up here will be the base of the crane. This will be the back. And the crane itself will kind of come from this point up through the middle. The driver will kind of sit off to the side here. The mechanism to raise it and lower it will be back here. The mechanism to unwind and rewind the cord will be here. No, here. Yeah. No, here. Because the gear shaft is going to be over here. The gearbox will be over here. Cool. Okay, I think I have this planned. So I'm going to do this. I'm also going to do a little purple underneath because it'll be pretty. I won't necessarily go the whole way. You can see I'm not necessarily doing all of it in purple. I'm just trying to kind of create a little outline there. And that might be all I can actually do because I'm kind of out of that color. That's okay. We will do, this sleeve is driving me insane. Stay folded. All right. So this is still a little unstable back here, but it will get more stable as we add bricks to it to firm it up. And we can put that right there. Yeah, we'll do it there. Okay. So I do want to strengthen this a little bit. Brick separator or two. Pull those pieces apart. Do that. Do that. And I want one by 6. Where did... Alright, I just had a whole bag of 1 by 6 tiles. Where did they go? Oh. I'll forget that I did that again later on. Alright. Ooh. Please tell Midvani about the stage calls, if you are willing to share. I feel good about this. Marginally good about this. Alright. All right. So this is a thing that is going to raise and lower our amazing crane. And the crane I want to raise and lower from a slightly farther back point. So I want to extend this crane, basically, this beam. And the way I'm going to do that is the combination of pieces. So these pieces have the same little crosshatch that this does, so I can pull a pole through there, and it will turn with the gear. I want to put something in between here, and then I want to make it solid and smooth all around. And I will do that with plates, bricks, and tiles of the yellow variety. Let's see what we got. I have a 1x6 in yellow. I think I want another one. Or a whole 2x6 would be ideal. I don't know if I have that in this color. That might work though. Also seeing if I have. Ooh. Probably want these later. I want that now. Alright, so I'm going to put this here, this here, this here. Oh! Not too long? No, it's probably good. Even better. A slightly longer one. Yes. Yes. No, yes. Alright, so this 2x10 plate, yellow in the middle, white at the end, which won't be as visible because it'll kind of be hidden back in the body of the machine. I will now put yellow tile on top of it. I got some here and I have more in a little box here. But that will help secure the connection and make it nice and pretty and smooth. Oh. That's just how I thought if I wanted to use any of this to hold the cord in place. I'll keep thinking about that. We'll come back to that. For now, we'll just make it smooth. I can easily swap these in and out. Okay. So, we have this now. I'm going to attach it to here. And here, no. I want this to be longer so that I can reach through another piece. It's too long. 36. Might not have the right length thingy there. Rod. This is my box of Technic pieces. I mentioned all those gears and things, so whenever I get them, even though I don't use them a lot, I do try to throw them in here, so I can at least have them in one place if I do ever find I need them or want to use them or learn them. And so this is like 8 studs long. It's the length of a 1x8. What I want is ideally a 6. I have a feeling, though, that they're popular. It's a 7, so we're a little closer. I'll hold on to that. The grays tend to be in odd numbers, and the black tend to be in even numbers. That's like a 4. That's an 8. 4 and 8. A lot of 4s and 8s here. Where is the 6? Like, I feel like I don't do any of this enough that it's actually possible I wouldn't have this. Unfortunately, again, this is one of the challenges of not sorting by part, because some of them are small and they fall to the bottom and they're very hard to find. This is probably a 5. Maybe it's a 6? That might be a 6. That might work. Actually, I think that will work. Okay. I've given up on my sleeve. This just, oh, you can see it's dangling. I give up. Alright. So now we will try this again. I'll put this through there. I want it to go, I want it to go through here. I want it to stick out of a yellow wall. I don't want to have this clear thing on the outside of my crane. So I'm putting this little yellow brick here, and then this is the purple thing is what will, oh no wait. I'm an idiot. I didn't need to do this. Because that's not what turns on the outside. Alright, this is the other part of the process you get to see. Me making mistakes. So, I just realized I didn't need to do a lot of this. This will still be useful for the future, so it's not like I wasted anything, but I didn't need this to go through the outside because I'm not going to be turning it by there. I'm going to be turning it from the back. So I do not need to expose the end of this, so I can use a 4. And this gearbox will be almost completely hidden inside our crane. So that's what I'll do. I'll have it flush to the outside because I'll have a wall against this. This bit will be what is attached to our crane. Make it all go up and down. You might see some of it. I might make some of it visible, just so I get the balance right here. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. This I will do a fairly long piece, so I can come out the back, and this is where I'll put a little round brick on here so I can turn it and raise and lower the crane. As you can see, it's working right now. So that's what we'll do. So I'm putting a little yellow pin on there to kind of help hold it in place. I'll do one on the other side too. Keep it relatively in a relatively fixed position, which will be helpful. Stick out the back. I think this will still be white. Maybe yellow. I'm not sure how much I want this to be white versus yellow. That's what I'm currently debating, so sorry for the pause. Yeah, maybe make it a little bit higher, and I'll make it yellow. I'll make it a little bit higher so I can do more white, and then I'll make it yellow. Get the whole internal monologue. It's a full experience for y'all. Yeah, I keep debating what I like, what I want to do here. I don't feel certain. All right, we'll do this. Let's make it more stable. Put these two 4x6 plates right there. I'm gonna put this on top of it, right there. Now let that stick out in the open there. Maybe with this around it. See if it'll fit. Yes, it will fit. It will spin freely. I'll put that on. I can raise and lower the crane. All right, that works. That works. It kind of works. You will be able to see a lot of the crane. I just had thought. No, I might be able to cover it. Okay, I'll just keep going. All right, so we have the ability now to raise and lower the crane. On that side, I do have a cord already I found that past me had somehow ran a string through one of these Technic pieces. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to attach it to the end of the crane here. This little pin here. Put it through. Oh wait, I have a black one I can use instead of this gray one. Aha. So I put these little red pins in there and they stop it from moving. And now there is affixed on the end. And I can take this all the way back here. And now we can not only raise and lower the crane, we can also spool in and out the hook on the end. And this whole crane actually has an extender inside of it, so it can get very long. So we can reach way out there with our crane and pick up the messiest problems. So, I'll put it in for now. And so this little guy I want to mount so that I can spool it in and out. I want it to be right there. And I want to use yellow again. There, I'll do it there. Okay. So, I'm gonna figure out what height I want it. Do that there. What else do I need? I need to put this up in the air there. Okay. Okay. Any more angled white pieces? Look back in the box. You found... Oh, the Speechless Bard. Oh, that was good investigating. I'm glad you found that. I'm sorry, I completely forgot that name. I would have said it before, but good sleuthing. Alright, I am going slower than anticipated, but we can do this. We can do this. There are pieces going everywhere on the floor, but I'm trying to go fast. Yes. Here is what I was hoping for. Magically, it arrived. All right. Okay, for this might be too low. I'm trying to figure out what height I need to have this piece at so I can run, so you can see that hole is higher than that hole. I've not aligned them correctly. I need it to go higher. So that position will not work. So off it comes. Let's see what else we have in here. More stuff on the floor. More on the floor. And just throw it all on the floor. That'll kind of work. Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right. Jeez. Seriously, pieces everywhere. Okay. So I think 2 plates would be high enough to put this, which I then need to be able to reach out, yeah, that far. Huh, is that too far? That's too far. Let's do this. Alright, that's just far enough. Okay. So I can use this to roll up crane. I need to think about how to make it stay there. But that will be a problem for another moment. I have a notion on how that can work, so I'll do that later. Okay. Cool. So now we have our ability to raise and lower the actual crane. We have the ability to raise and lower the boom the hook comes up and down from. So this is some pretty solid movement. I can do some stuff to make this stay on top of that. It's a little annoying, but I can fix that. Well, I thought I could fix it quickly. Put this little piece on there, a little guide. That should help at least a little bit. We can do more later. Okay. So we got a good base here for our crane. I still want to put a little cab for a dude on there. I want to fill in the rest of this space and make this nice. I will do that in a few ways. There. Oh, yes. Some yellow slope pieces. these two. All right, this is working. So I went through all that effort to find this one piece. I think I use a different piece instead. Will I? No, never mind. I'm gonna... Yeah, I will. Okay, I'll admit, maybe I could have done a bit more planning, which I can feel Ashley already telling me through the screen. I honestly thought, all right, I put out these general parameters, the rest of this will go easy enough. And it kind of almost sort of started to do that. And then maybe got a little bogged down at my indecision. So I apologize for that. That needs to be too high over there, alright. That will work on there, alright. So over here, what I can do, sign plates in the other direction, which I don't have, because that would be too easy. It's not easy to search with long hair. This has been a discovery I did not fully appreciate before. Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat. I didn't mean to play. Oh, it's awesome. I'm glad the play went well. It's cool that people are directors and stuff. And I'm sorry for not keeping up with the chat. That's super awesome. And thank you for sharing. It is a minefield down here with pieces. They are everywhere. And after this, I'll need to clean up because I work over here. And then I'll need to do some work because I am still so behind after vacation. So it just keeps, the fun just keeps on rolling, is what I'm saying. One more. Ha. Ha. Okay. These two will work right there. Of course, everything. I just start throwing stuff straight on the ground now for expediency. I could swear I had a tray of angle pieces, so I wouldn't have to do this kind of searching. But no dice, that would be too easy. Okay. We'll do all kinds of compromises to get there. We're just moving with speed now. All right, I took a little bit, but now I got there. We have this cool angled shape on the back, which is what I was trying to create, while also making it at the right height on this side, so that the gearbox will be at the right location. And I think I kind of sort of got there in the end. It's a little bit more chaotic than I expected it to be, which is all my bad. Thank you for bearing with. And all right, I think the rest of this should hopefully be a little bit more straightforward, so we can still reach the goal line happy and Lego full. So let's do that. I'm going to think if I can do this on an angle. So I could cover the gearbox, but maybe I don't need to cover the gearbox. What do you think? Do I need to cover this? Show it, show some of it? The angle is what's throwing it off a little bit here for me, making it not quite so straightforward as I had originally envisioned in my head. And why I rebuilt this like 17 times just now in rapid succession. And what I'm vaguely pondering is like doing a brick built kind of thing out from the side to cover part of it. Like, yeah, like, let's do that there. I am almost out of yellow 1x1 pieces. There. Can do that there. Do that on its side. Alright, so what I did there is kind of, I did a brick that has a stud on its side, so I could then take this little angled panel and attach it vertically and kind of cover part of it while still kind of going in line with the the angled side there. So I think that might look cool. Make it look almost like a little like window into the machine there. So we're gonna leave it that way. We're gonna do that. All right. The front of this, I can kind of do anything I want. It's not as required to be as much a stickler for the shape. Okay, kind of like that. This forward a little bit. Cool. All right, I will. Oh, I can just use those. I'll do that. Okay. Sorry, again, a little bit more building on the fly, but I would talk more, but I talked a lot before, and that's how I got so far behind. And I want to make this as close to complete as I can. So pardon my lack of explaining as I speed run the end of this. Great. And I will do for lights and panel. Yep. Orange construction lights. That seems to be a thing on there. Ow. Stepping all the pieces on the floor. Put them over here. Do whatever color inside. All right, so when this is level, like there. Figure out where it would be level. So it'll be like level there-ish. So I want that to slope up to that, or it can rest there. Okay. Okay. these. Yes, we'll go on there. Kind of just grabbing every random piece I might need right now. Alright, I feel like we've run the gamut now from hyper planned, I'm done too fast, to no planning and I get through a fraction of a build, to this frantic race for the finish line to try to show you the complete product. Yeah, and it's gonna be a nail biter, folks. I don't know, but we are still trying. We're still in this to win this. So let's see. I have a feeling I'm gonna like want to add more details and stuff, which I'll just have to do later, which is my bad. But keeps it all interesting-ish, I hope, for all y'all. See, what I'm pondering right now is how best to level this off. I'm oh man, it's so close, I feel, but I could use longer. Like, I could probably do better pieces than what I'm doing right now, but I don't want to slow down. Like, what I'm thinking is, I have this little gap here, and on this side, that's kind of good, because I can periodically put the cab there. That's going to be like a little operator can sit there, and it kind of works out surprisingly nicely. The other side, I'm a little bit fuzzier on just how to fill in that space, and I want it to look cool, and right now I feel like I am rushing it a little bit past the point of cool and into a little sloppy. It's like, and now I can't find anything. Do purple. Yeah. I'll confess, this all took a lot longer than I was expecting it to. I really thought I was gonna whip through this It's not that different from what I had envisioned. I just thought I would have gotten through these parts faster than I did. And so I'm a little frustrated with myself that this is all that I am at. I can at least show you the notion here, but even this still looks a little ratchet versus what I still have pictured in my head. I'm a little frustrated with myself. I'm sorry, folks. It's worth the wait. Oh, I'm sorry. This is another thing that's more worth the wait. I hope this eventually will be worth the wait, but not quite here. That's awesome that you're reaching out. I'm glad you can see if they can do that custom bracelet. I hope they can. I think it's a good sign that they already do all the bracelets that they do, that they'd be willing to consider it, I would hope. Lego candies? Are they official Lego candies? That I am very curious about, because I love candy and I love Legos. Alright, I'm still just putting the wheels on so I can at least give you a semi-finished experience. So we have the wheels. I'll have something to hold this in place when it's not in use, so it doesn't rotate freely. We'll have a little cab here. This side will be a little bit more filled in and hopefully sleek, kind of sloping up from here to here. I did find a different piece than this. It's taller. That'll go there, even with its height. Yeah, and then I'll have probably some light endorsements. I think I have these set out so I can put this little rail on the back and some construction lights. I can put this little rail on the front with some lights, and then something right here to hold the not in use hook. And then I actually had some chain pieces too. Oh. Which would hang over the hook, so you could attach, like 4 attachment points coming out from the hook, attach them onto something and lift a larger thing off the ground with the crane here. So a decent distance, but short from where I wanted to be in our time, and that's my bad. I shot a little bit too high, and it's come back to haunt me. So I'm sorry, folks. I wanted to show you a complete intact Lego creation. I thought I could pull it off. I misjudged a little bit. Here we are. I hope you can forgive me. I will finish this. I will post it. I will share it on my Instagram, at least in a story probably. I'll put it in the Builders Block chat for sure. So you will get to see the end of this, but I'm sorry I didn't finish it in our time, because we're coming to time. And while I know some other builders can go way longer, I do not always have that luxury, in particular because I still have to do some work tonight, and I do have some big meetings tomorrow that I can't be late. But thank you. I'm glad it was fun. I hope it was fun. I hope you are willing to put up with my babble as always. And it's why I'm so grateful that you are, and that you're here at all. And I very much appreciate those of you who are willing to stop by, take a look, and indulge me in my rambling and my, at times, overly or underly prepped building to create something custom, but hopefully something that is fun, and that can be enjoyable for all of us, that we can, hopefully maybe you'll learn a little bit, but we can also reflect with this series on LGBTQ identities that we might not always be familiar with, or that we're very familiar with and get to celebrate and express, and just hang out. So thank you so much. I have been Jess. You have been wonderful. This has been the Builder's Block. I hope you will tune back in. I hope you'll come back and see me next time. I will be back in a month but we will have Mimi and we'll have Emily coming up in the intervening weeks. And we'll see. We're probably going to shake things up as we go into the fall on what the right schedule is and what the right pace is. But I can't. I love doing this. I love spending this time, even when it's not quite as successful as smooth as I hope. And I hope you do too. So until next time, you out there, you keep building a better world for all of us. And please come back and share what you create. Until later, see you all. Bye. I'm totally cool with a raid. I just have no idea how to do it. But if any of you do know how to do it, please go for it. Or if you can tell me what to do, I can then do a raid. But unfortunately, my limited experience is only participating on this network versus doing it on my own channels, and I don't think I have the right permissions to do a raid. Oh, okay. I will try that. We'll try /raid will and see if it works. So if any of you are willing to hang around, you're going to raid someone else, be a nice little surprise for them. And so if you're able to stick around and say hi, that is of course wonderful. Assuming this works, so let's find out. Oh, I need this keyboard. No, I need this keyboard. Nope. All right. All right, I did it. It flashed the screen for a second. I don't know if anything's happening. I have a feeling I can't do it. I think I have probably even less permissions than you. So if you're willing to, you can go look directly at Willow's channel and tune in there. Sadly, we cannot do a raid where you get taken there automatically, but consider it and consider supporting other LGBTQ creators here on the Transverse. And until later, once again, I've been Jess, you've been awesome. Builder's Block,